We call it the three-word game. When forced to be succinct, you will be and can describe every NFL game in just 3 words. Here we go. Let's start with Thursday. Baltimore, Miami. Jackson lacked action. The Ravens scored their fewest points, 10 in the Lamar Jackson era. The Ravens had their second fewest rushing yards, 94 in the Lamar Jackson era. One of his worst games as a pro. Buffalo, New York. Warning, Buffalo crossing. 4 different Bills players had rushing touchdowns against the Jets. The Bills defense had 5 takeaways against the Jets. Stephon Diggs had a monster day. 162 yards. Just think about that. It's over a football field and a half from one wide receiver. And Robert Saleh's defense, I thought he was a defensive coach, is progressively getting worse. Tampa and Washington, grab a Heineke. Taylor Heineke, 2 games against the Bucs, has completed 68% of his throws, 3 touchdowns, a pick, and a passer rating of over 93. Atlanta, Dallas, the Quinning season. Dan Quinn, Cowboy defensive coordinator, former Falcons head coach. In the 20 games since he's left, Atlanta is 8-12. The Falcons reached the red zone on their opening possession, didn't reach it the rest of the game. So they were good on script. Matt Ryan couldn't do anything off script. Their O-line's bad. We said this Friday. Bad O-line against good D-line, going to be trouble for Matt Ryan. Saints-Titans, tightening their lead. Titans are 7-0 against playoff teams this year. Think about that. Also, 6-game winning streak for boring yet very good Tennessee. Jacksonville and Indy. Indy is 500 for the first time this year. They're also 9-0 when Jonathan Taylor rushes for over 100 yards. So there is clearly a recipe. Carson Wentz, we love you. I mean, another goofy throw yesterday. It was completed, but it was goofy. Carson, we love you. Throw under 30 times. Jonathan Taylor run downhill. We'll win games. Detroit, Pittsburgh, that was pitiful. Jared Goff is now 0-15-1 in games he starts without Sean McVay. They combined for 3 points, the Steelers and the Lions, in fourth quarter and overtime. Cleveland, New England, Baker's belly ache. Belichick, belly ache. Yeah, 73 passing yards. 1 for 11 were the Browns on third down. The wide receivers combined for 5 catches and 42 total yards. Now, New England's secondary is excellent. Belichick's the best defensive coach and head coach ever. But Baker's now 26 years old. He's not a first or second year player. He's got a lot around him. Still has the best interior O-line in the league. Not acceptable. At 26 years old, all these snaps completely unraveled. Vikings, Chargers, Minister of Defense, Justin Herbert, under 200 passing yards. That was the quietest Justin Herbert day in his career, 72 passer rating. And the Vikings, again, they're in a lot of these close games. Eventually, you win one, and Minnesota did. Carolina, Arizona, Superman's shocking sequel. Well, listen, the Panthers scored 3 touchdowns. Okay, they entered the game with just 1 touchdown in their previous 3 games. So Cam scored touchdowns on his first 2 plays, and we said this. He injects energy to a team that's actually got some really good parts. I like the coach. I like the coordinator. I like the running backs. I actually like their wide receivers. They may not have a 1 receiver, but they've got depth. I love their front 7. They have they've made some trades. They got tremendous talent in the back end. Carolina just needs a quarterback who doesn't turn it over. They were winning with Darnold until he got into this turnover vortex. Philadelphia, Denver. Devontae's Denver doozy. Devontae Smith, I questioned. He's skinny. He's small. He's slight. But he had his first multiple touchdown game. By the way, Jalen Hurts had a monster first half. Only threw the ball 3 times in the entire second half. So Philadelphia got a lead without Miles Sanders and just held on. Seattle, Green Bay, Seahawks looked rusty. First time they've been shut out since week 2 of 2011. That's the year before Russell Wilson was drafted. So, by the way, Green Bay's defense has held Kyler Murray, Patrick Mahomes, and Russell Wilson to a combined 34 points over the last 3 weeks. And remember, Jair Alexander, their great corner, arguably the best corner in the league, is not playing. So they got good enough pressure. This was a terrible throw by Russell Wilson. I've said it before with Seattle. When Russell's not playing well or misses games, what else do the Seahawks do well? Nothing. Kansas City, Las Vegas, Chiefs strip Raiders. All right, Kansas City now, first place. They were the only team that won from the AFC West yesterday. The Chargers lost, Denver lost, and they beat, of course, the Raiders. Patrick Mahomes' second career game with 400-plus passing yards, 5 TDs and no picks. That's the most in NFL history. And tonight, Rams, San Francisco, out of Woods. Robert Woods, torn ACL, practice Friday done. He was the second leading receiver for the Rams after Cooper Kupp. He's also their best blocking wide receiver. He's one of those Jarvis Landry for the Browns, like a really valuable player that doesn't get a lot of headlines, not flashy, runs great routes. You can get him in the jet sweeps. You can have him over the middle, bubble screens, blocks great, always dependable, very few drops, big loss for the Rams. I would imagine you won't see a ton of it tonight, but I think the Rams will have a lot of creative ways to get OBJ the ball. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.